doing really good.
You're so busy. How do you decide what projects you're doing at this point?
I mean, it's just like it's got to be a good project. It's got to move you, you know. It's got to be a story that I would want to either listen to or see. Or I think I just try to choose things that I would be a fan of if I were not in them. Yeah.
So, what are some particular challenges when recording for like a podcast or an Audible original versus screen acting? Because obviously, so much has to emote from your voice alone.
Absolutely. Well, it's even different from animation. You know, animation, you at least have a character who I do some animation, and you at least have a character that's going to be on screen, and like, you know, they call it lip flap when they actually talk. It's a very odd term for a very real thing. But you know, you have a character representing your voice, but with an audio drama, you just have your voice. Like you don't even have a cartoon. So you really have to bring it in your voice. Like you really do. It has to go all there. I do have a little. This is going to sound weird, but I do have a little bit of experience in this arena because I produce this Dungeons and Dragons podcast that my friends do, and the way they do it, it's like it's not, you don't hear any crosstalk. You don't hear people talk about what moves they're going to make. They just kind of make it. It's called Hero Club plug, and it's called Hero Club. Sorry, not Hero Club plug. You guys get it. That was a plug for Hero Club, but no, they are. They kind of package them as radio plays. So I've done a bit of that where, like, you see, you know, there's no animation. But this was so cool. It was so cool to work with Michael and to work with Titus Welliver. And I just thought the story was amazing, and I wanted to be part of it.
Yeah, well,
If you don't mind, just taking on with your voice. Your voice often comes across as comforting, even in really scary or stressful situations.
Oh, thank you.
In The Safe Man. Is this a conscious choice you're making in your roles across all of your things, or is this just how you speak?
I think it might be how I speak. I don't know. It's funny because I don't think I've ever heard my voice described as comforting before, so thank you. In my head, I'm like, oh, I'm just a very anxious man, so I'm glad my voice could be a comfort. No, I think I think it's just back to the story, like story first and foremost. And then there is an element of, you know, I think roles kind of find you. If it's not, you know, an audition where there's a process and they're choosing somebody, if I'm ever, you know, given the privilege of being offered something, I also want to make sure I'm right for it. So I try to, you know, if I'm offered something and I'm like, I don't think it's going to work with me, like I tend to turn it down. But usually people, you know what they want and go for it. And this I just had to be part of. It was awesome.
Why do you think Brian does this type of work, even though it's the type of skills that sent his dad away for all of these years, basically his whole life?
I mean, I think it's like kind of his, you know, cracking safes is kind of his way of making money, like providing that service. But you know, obviously he has a family history with crime that he's trying to get away from. I found that a really compelling line to walk, that he was constantly being kind of swayed in the direction of two different worlds. I just thought that's what makes him a really great character. I think that speaks to Michael's writing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jen, you seem to have a soft spot for characters that make a little bit of a mess and then try to fix things.
Yeah.
Kind of like just a little.
Sometimes the mess is on me, sometimes not. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Do you think that that's something that drew you to Brian, or what drew you to Brian?
Oh man, I mean, it was that. I do like that he's kind of a guy who's in between two worlds. I just thought the idea. I'm sorry, I keep repeating myself, but the story was just that good. You know, the character. I like the fact that this was. Michael's an author known for his crime stories, and I like that it had this supernatural horror bent to it as well. You know, I think that was just such a cool. I like that he's the son of a thief, and he's trying to make an honest living, and you know, he has a girlfriend, and I like that he's trying to get away from that. He comes from crime. I love that, like, crime contrasted with like a ghost story. I thought that was so cool.
What did you most connect with this project, and what do you hope listeners will connect with the project?
I just think I just really love a good ghost story. I think it's something that I've done horror, but I've never really done a ton of supernatural horror, and I always think that those are some really, really effective stories, and I just saw an incredible script, so I just hope audiences can just kind of be taken along for the journey, because I think it has so many cool twists and turns.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, guys. That was wonderful. Thanks so much.